Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So I've been asked a few times and thought I would show you the process and the apps that I use to edit videos. I'll cover both traditional videos for YouTube and even the portrait format for YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels and TikTok videos. So my device of choice is the iPad Pro, but I've edited on all iPads which Apple currently sells, including the recently released 10th Gen iPad, and all of them are more than capable of handling 4K video editing. And yes, I shoot all my videos in 4K 30 FPS, and all the recorded footage, I store it in the Files app on my iPad Pro. So all my videos are here. I also record voice tracks separately, and as you can see, I have a separate voice track saved in the same folder as well. Now let's get editing. I use my Apple Pencil Gen 2 as well, as it helps with controlling the menu icons on Pro apps. And yes, the one-stop app for all Pro and semi-pro video editing on the iPad is LumaFusion. You can use iMovie, but it is nowhere near to the app which you get on the Mac. To start off with, it doesn't even allow you to add layers. Wish Apple improved their iPad iMovie app and make it in line with the Mac counterpart. So LumaFusion it is. Let's fire it up and create a new project. I'll leave to get the settings, aspect ratio and frame rate based on my first video clip. So next, let's drag one video clip onto the main timeline here, and the clip gets added, plus all the settings will be according to this clip. Below the main timeline, I add my voice track. Now I don't record it live or have clips which show my face talking to the camera, so mostly I have two timelines, and when I start recording, one is the main timeline and the other is the voice recording. Once this is done, I mute the main timeline as I don't want the sound from the video footage to show up, and I also untie the video track with my main audio track because I need to split this and move it around, so not tying these two tracks in is quite useful. Now I add layers as needed, so at the start of every video I have a welcome message, so I want to drop in my channel logo there. Again, I have various logo formats saved in the Files app, so I just drag it and lay it on top of my main timeline and then resize it as needed. I then add the subscribe video clip, which actually is shot with a green background, but Apple doesn't support transparent backgrounds for video clips, but thankfully LumaFusion has a way. So you double tap the clip to go into the edit mode, then you choose color and effects, and then you choose this option and use the green screen key. That will remove the green background, and you also get various controls where you can edit the clip. So here I resize it to my desired size and then also reduce the volume so the click sound which it has is not too shrill. And there you go, I have the intro and the subscribe roll layered on top. And since the top layer is not muted, so you can hear the sounds as well. Next is splitting the main timeline and adding in new clips along with it, matching it to the voice track. Splitting is quite easy, just clip and then drag and drop new video clips as needed to suit the content of my voice recording. The process goes on until the video is done. Now, since the main timeline is muted, say I'm unboxing and I need to include the ASMR unboxing sounds as everyone loves that part. So what I just do is duplicate the main clip using this duplicate icon, and it adds the same clip on the top layer of the main timeline. Now, since I haven't muted that secondary timeline, the audio is audible, and where I want it to stop, I just cut that duplicate timeline and delete it off. So we'll have a seamless transition between the sound portion of the clip and the portion where I don't want the audio to be audible. Talking about transitions, LumaFusion has got several preset transitions which you can use. To add a transition, you cut the timeline and choose the location between the two timelines and then hit the plus button. And then you choose transition from there. There are several classics like fade, merge, or even swipe like Star Wars. I usually just use cut to the next scene without any transitions, but yeah, at times when I feel it's needed, I add a transition, and I usually stick to the standard fade in and merge into the new clip. Now, adding pictures and other video clips on top of the main timeline is also pretty simple. You just drag and drop them into place, and you can resize it and then adjust them accordingly. Here I have two split screens where I have got two videos running side by side, and it is pretty simple to add them. Drawing shapes is also available. You just need to add a new layer and then go into the edit mode and then choose shapes. So using this, you can add a shape just like this, or you can even add text actually. It allows you to control the font color, the styles, even the font face. But this is where I wish there were a few preset transitions available in LumaFusion. Unfortunately, there aren't any, so you'll have to create a transition yourself. So let's say I want a transition where the text swipes from the left into the middle of the screen. Now iMovie has got some cool transitions for text, but in LumaFusion you need to create it. So you just double click the layer, go into the keyframes, and then you add keyframe locations at every point, then reposition the text wherever you want. And this way you get that transition. Now I really feel if these kind of transitions are inbuilt into LumaFusion, that would have been very, very helpful. So this is a process. I keep doing this until I reach the end of the recording. And then I add my subscribe animation once again, so you can just copy it from the beginning of the video and paste it wherever needed. Next, it's time to add the background score. Now, I found this very helpful because it hides the tiny imperfections of your voice track, mainly hissing sounds and plosive noises. The best place to find totally royalty-free soundtracks which do not trigger the YouTube copyright warning is YouTube audio library itself. There are really quite a lot to choose from. You just need to be patient and go through and find the one which suits your video. And iPadOS lets you download the soundtrack directly onto your Files app, so it's pretty cool. I already have a selection of them stored in my Files app, and I just go choose the one which I feel fits in nicely with my video, and then I just drag that into place below my main audio timeline. Now you can use the master voice option to automatically reduce the sound of the audio track and increase the sound of the background track where the audio is silent, but this does have quite a lot of variation which I don't like. So I adjust the volume myself, making sure that it's not overpowering. The audio track usually doesn't cover the entire length of a movie, so I copy and duplicate it as many times as needed. And if it extends beyond the duration of my video, I snip it out at the end. Now, it would be good to gradually lower the volume at the end rather than coming to an abrupt stop. And here once again, I wish there were presets built in to fade your audio track. Unfortunately, there aren't one, so you need to go into the edit mode and add keyframes and gradually reduce the volume for each frame. So that's it guys, the video is all ready. I played back in full screen to see how it has come up and make changes and adjustments as needed. Now it's time to export. LumaFusion has the option to directly connect to your YouTube account and upload the video there. It's very handy, and you can also select it to upload it in private mode so it's not live as soon as it's uploaded. So hitting the export button, you get to choose the settings, and here I set the quality to economy, otherwise it takes YouTube forever to process it. It is 4K 30 FPS based on the first clip which I added, and then off we go. The entire process takes about 7 to 10 minutes to finish the uploading, and that's it, we're all good to go. So that's my entire YouTube video editing process using my iPad Pro. I got so used to the touchscreen controls that working on a PC or a Mac, it really needs a lot of readjustment from my side to use a mouse pointer instead of touchscreen. Next, I'll quickly show you how I do it for YouTube Shorts and as well as Instagram Reels and TikTok. So I record the video in portrait orientation, then use LumaFusion again to go and add a project and then import the clips. Same way I add layers and voice track, and for music I use the YouTube audio library again, as adding any of the main soundtracks which YouTube suggests will not let you monetize your shorts. So you have to use totally royalty-free audio. And then I export it to photos because I don't know if LumaFusion will upload it as shorts. Then I go to YouTube Studio, make the necessary changes and publish. Now, Instagram and TikTok are slightly different. See, first I find the audio track which I want to use and I screen record it. And then I import that into LumaFusion as an audio track, so it just gives the music. Then I edit the video clip matching the audio track. Then I delete the audio track as we are going to select the song when we are uploading it into Instagram or TikTok. And here we go. When I upload it onto Instagram, I choose that audio track and the video is all ready. Now, if my video has a voice track, then I still choose a soundtrack. But in this case, I lower the volume of the soundtrack to minimum and keep my main voice track volume of the main video to 100%. So you guys can hear me clearly and you can hear the soundtrack in the background as well. And that's it. I'll publish it onto Instagram and TikTok. So guys, that is the whole process. I hope you'll find this useful. And like I showed guys, I do publish on Instagram and TikTok quite a lot as well. So if you're not following me there, it would be really helpful if you guys come and support me on those platforms as well. So that's the whole process, guys. What are your thoughts? If you have any questions or queries, drop them in the comment section down below and I will try to respond to all of them. Whilst you're there, if you're enjoying my content, a like to this video will be immensely helpful. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and support me so I can keep making these videos for you. And as always, thanks a lot for staying with me until the end. I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.